Hernando de Soto was a Spanish explorer and conquistador who led the first European expedition deep into the territory of the modern-day United States, and the first documented European to have crossed the Mississippi River. A vast undertaking, de Soto's North American expedition ranged throughout the southeastern United States searching for gold, and a passage to China. De Soto died in 1542 on the banks of the Mississippi River in what is now Gouachoya, Arkansas or Faraday, Louisiana. Hernando de Soto was born to parents who were hidalgos of modest means in Extremadura, a region of poverty and hardship from which many young people looked for ways to seek their fortune elsewhere. He was born in Jerez de los Caballeros, in the current province of Badajoz. However, three towns, Badajoz, Barcarata and Jerez de los Caballeros, claim to be his birthplace. He spent time as a child at each place, and he stipulated in his will that his body be interred at Jerez de los Caballeros, where other members of his family were interred. The age of the conquerors came on the heels of the Spanish reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula from Islamic forces. Spain and Portugal were filled with young men seeking a chance for military fame after the Moors were defeated. With discovery of new lands to the west, they were attracted to whispers of glory and wealth. De Soto sailed to the New World with the first governor of Panama, Pedro Arias de Villa. In 1520 he participated in Gaspar de Espinosa's expedition to Veragua, and in 1524, he participated in the conquest of Nicaragua under Francisco Hernández de Córdoba. There he acquired an encomienda in a public office in Leon, Nicaragua. Brave leadership, unwavering loyalty, and ruthless schemes for the extortion of native villagers for their captured chiefs became de Soto's hallmarks during the conquest of Central America. He gained fame as an excellent horseman, fighter, and tactician. During that time, De Soto was influenced by the achievements of Juan Ponce de Leon, the first European to reach Florida, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, the first European to reach the Pacific Ocean coast of the Americas, and Ferdinand Magellan, who first sailed that ocean to East Asia. Conquest of Peru. In 1530, De Soto became a regidor of Leon, Nicaragua. He led an expedition up the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula searching for a passage between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean to enable trade with the Orient, the richest market in the world. Failing that, and without means to explore further, De Soto, upon Pedro Arias de Villa's death, left his estates in Nicaragua, bringing his own men on ships which he hired. De Soto joined Francisco Pizarro at his first base of Tumas shortly before departure for the interior of present-day Peru. Pizarro quickly made De Soto one of his captains. When Pizarro and his men first encountered the army of the Inca Atahualpa at Cajamarca, Pizarro sent De Soto with 15 men to invite Atahualpa to a meeting. When Pizarro's men attacked Atahualpa and his guard the next day, De Soto led one of the three groups of mounted soldiers. The Spanish captured Atahualpa. De Soto was sent to the camp of the Incan army, where he and his men plundered Atahualpa's tents. During 1533, the Spanish held Atahualpa captive in Cajamarca for months while his subjects paid for his ransom by filling a room with gold and silver objects. During this captivity, De Soto became friendly with Atahualpa and taught him to play chess. By the time the ransom had been completed, the Spanish became alarmed by rumors of an Incan army advancing on Cajamarca. Pizarro sent De Soto with 200 soldiers to scout for the rumored army. While De Soto was gone, the Spanish in Cajamarca decided to kill Atahualpa to prevent his rescue. De Soto returned to report that he found no signs of an army in the area. After executing Atahualpa, Pizarro and his men headed to Cuzco, the capital of the Incan Empire. As the Spanish force approached Cuzco, Pizarro sent his brother Hernando and De Soto ahead with 40 men. The advance guard fought a pitched battle with Incan troops in front of the city. But the battle had ended before Pizarro arrived with the rest of the Spanish party. The Incan army withdrew during the night. The Spanish plundered Cuzco, where they found much gold and silver. As a mounted soldier, De Soto received a share of the plunder that made him very wealthy. It represented riches from Atahualpa's camp, his ransom, and the plunder from Cuzco. On the road to Cuzco, Manco Inca Yupanqui, a brother of Atahualpa, had joined Pizarro. Manco had been hiding from Atahualpa in fear of his life, and was happy to gain Pizarro's protection. Pizarro arranged for Manco to be installed as the Inca leader. De Soto joined Manco in a campaign to eliminate the Incan armies under Quizquiz, who had been loyal to Atahualpa. By 1534, De Soto was serving as lieutenant governor of Cuzco while Pizarro was building his new capital on the coast. In 1535, King Charles awarded Diego de Almagro, Francisco Pizarro's partner, the governorship of the southern portion of the Incan Empire. When de Almagro made plans to explore and conquer the southern part of the Incan Empire, De Soto applied to be his second-in-command, but de Almagro turned him down. De Soto packed up his treasure and returned to Spain. De Soto returned to Spain in 1536, with an enormous share of the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire. He was admitted into the prestigious Order of Santiago and granted the right to conquer Florida. His share was awarded to him by the King of Spain, and he received 724 marks of gold, 17,740 pesos. He married Isabel de Bobadilla, daughter of Pedro Arias de Villa and a relative of a confidant of Queen Isabella. De Soto petitioned King Charles for the government of Guatemala with permission to make discovery in the South Sea, but was granted the governorship of Cuba instead. De Soto was expected to colonize the North American continent for Spain within 4 years, for which his family would be given a sizable piece of land. Fascinated by the stories of Cabeza de Vaca, who had survived in North America after becoming a castaway and just returned to Spain, De Soto selected 620 eager Spanish and Portuguese volunteers, including some of African descent, for the governing of Cuba and conquest of North America. Averaging 24 years of age, the men embarked from Havana on 7 of the king's ships and 2 caravels of deresotios. With tons of heavy armor and equipment, they also carried more than 500 livestock, including 237 horses and 200 pigs, for their planned 4-year continental expedition. He then wrote out a new will before embarking on his travels. On 10 May 1539, Hernando de Soto wrote in his will that a chapel be erected within the church of San Miguel in Jerez de los Caballeros, Spain, where de Soto grew up, at a cost of 2,000 ducats, with an altarpiece featuring the Virgin Mary, Our Lady of the Conception. That his tomb be covered in a fine black broadcloth topped by a red cross of the Order of the Knights of Santiago, and on special occasions a pall of black velvet with the De Soto coat of arms be placed on the altar. That a chaplain be hired at the salary of 12,000 maravedis to perform 5 masses every week for the souls of De Soto, his parents and wife. That 30 masses be said for him the day his body was interred, and 20 for Our Lady of the Conception, 10 for the Holy Ghost, 60 for souls in purgatory, and masses for many others as well. That 150,000 maravedis be given annually to his wife Isabel for her needs, and an equal amount used yearly to marry off 3 orphan damsels, the poorest that can be found, who would then assist his wife and also serve to burnish the memory of De Soto as a man of charity and substance.